Hey everyone, this is Nikachu, Merfolk Master, and we are here to play Coco Folk in Modern. And if you're here to learn about Merfolk, you're in the right place, so don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. But before we get into that, we're going to thank our sponsor, themanabase.com. And if you want to find out what happened to Tiny Leaders, what's going on with Tiny Leaders, go check out the Rants of Valakut by Ben on themanabase.com. Your home base for everything Magic the Gathering. Go how to remember Tiny Leaders. We're on the draw, and this hand sort of sucks, but I'm gonna keep it. I don't think it's bad enough to throw away, but it's clunky. So if we're up against a very aggressive deck, we're in. I don't know if we're in super trouble. We've got the Harbinger here. Oh, I won the die roll. Well, that changes everything. I do not want to pay 2 life. We're just gonna put a breeding pool and play tapped and pass. Hold the presses. I won the die roll. Me? Really? Thank you, Academy. The Academy of Die Rolls. Mutavault Ether Vial. We are up against Merfolk. The whole hand stinks. Alright, let's go. Mutavault, Silver Gill Adept. Oh, great. So something you have to very strongly consider is how can I put this? I may not want to Spreading Seas this Mutavault. Oh, what the hell? Oh, forget it. Our hand just turned really good really fast. So we're up against Thalia. That's fine. Botanical Sanctum might get clunky at some point. When can I attack? I can't really attack now. Spreading Seas now costs 3. It would be really nice to play it right now. I'm actually really regretting playing this Mutavault, because if I play Island here, I could play Spreading Seas on the Mutavault, and then follow that up with, like, next turn 2 Lords and attack with Silver Gill Adept. That would be perfect. This was a mistake. The small mistakes, people, but, you know, they're mistakes. Mistakes are mistakes. So I'm going to... Another problem is playing Spreading Seas opens me up a little bit too much to Ghost Quarter. It's nice that Spreading Seas is a surprise. I want to surprise my opponent. Let's play Spreading Seas. And hopefully get in for 6 points of damage next turn. They can't tick Vial up to Flicker Wisp range yet. So that's good for us. That's good. They attack with Thalia, but I mean, if we bounce with Harbinger, they'll just replay it with Ether Vial. So we can wait for another. We can wait another time to eat that. To bounce something with Harbinger. Ugh, Thalia, great. Basically, everything comes into play tapped. 2 Thalias, come on. What is with this flavor? Well, here's the good news. We're not punished anymore because of this Botanical Sanctum. Okay, now we are punished because I could play this damn thing. This is going to be really good in this matchup. This is going to be really good in this matchup. So Lord of Atlantis comes into play tapped. Polluted Delta is pretty turned offline too. I should really play that non-basic land in my second main phase, but for 2 mana, my opponent can't really do anything. Alright, let's race. The race is on. If they attack with that Thalia, I'm definitely going to bounce it. I'm not letting that piece of garbage sit on the battlefield for too long. Might not work now, because they're represent. Well, let's see what they do with their turn, but they might be representing Restoration Angel. But if I lose this game, I'm blaming it all on this turn 2 Mutavault play. We could have played Tideshaper Mystic by now. Don't play your Mutavaults till much later, kids. Blade Splicer. Okay, so not Flicker Wisp. Our opponent is not threatening lethal either. I can put 2 Lords in play and attack with all this stuff. That's not bad. And even if our opponent plays Flicker Wisp on the Mutavault... Okay, hold on. I play 2 Lords. Also, my opponent could have Path to Exile in their hand. There's a lot of variables working against us here. I want to play around Flicker Wisp on the Mutavault. I don't think I can play around Path to Exile as well. Then that just means they have everything. To find some way to win, because we are in a lot of trouble. We can't even block anything. Now that I think of it, I can't even play these Lords and expect to block. I have to bounce this with Harbinger of the Tides first. Three. Okay, let's bounce this with Harbinger of the Tides first. Fetching out Island. I can cast comfortably. 9. Okay, let's say they play Flicker Wisp. Take out the Mutavault and they can attack for quite a bit. The thing is, if I attack with Silvergill Adept, my opponent might... like, I'm afraid that they're going to attack with everything. I'm going to be forced to block with something, and then I'm going to be in trouble. But maybe if that happens anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to die anyway. So if they activate Ether Vial and show me Flicker Wisp, blink the Mutavault, they can block with the First Strike Golem, and I lose. Man, I'm just going to pass. I'm going to pass the turn. If my opponent has nothing, I'm going to be able to play Lord of Atlantis next turn and attack for the win. I will have enough power on board. So I'm not worried about that. And we might just have to go for the win, whatever that win looks like. Oh my god, what does this mean? So this means they have an answer to at least one of our lords at the moment. In the form of Path to Exile or something. So I'm not going to block. Be a little bit more patient. The other possibility is that they just have Restoration Angel and they were willing to like attack and blink anything. So can we survive one more turn? Or do I just have to go for it here? Would have really liked to have that Spell Pierce last turn. I gotta keep in mind, Spell Pierce costs 2 mana here because of the Thalia. All this thinking might be for nothing. If they already have Path to Exile, we lose. If they have Flicker Wisp, we lose, I think. We could actually take one more hit. Or I guess if they have Flicker Wisp, we lose anyway because they can just eat one of our lords in play. If they have Restoration Angel, we win. If they have Path to Exile, we lose. Okay, with all those calculations said, we are just going to attack and hope that they don't have anything. Because I don't think we're going to live another turn. We just have to go for it and hope they don't have it. We hope they have nothing. I know they have 3 cards in hand, but we have to hope it's like all Restoration Angels and Thalias. I don't really see a good line where we wait any longer. There's Restoration Angel. It's going to blink the Blade Splicer. But what you really need to do is remove the Spreading Seas. That's the important thing you have to remove. Wonder if they're about to realize that. Oh no, I guess they know it. Because here comes the Flicker Wisp. The hardest part is playing around Flicker Wisp because that's so hard to play around. Yeah, so passing the turn would have just lost to Restoration Angel Flicker Wisp. Because we would just get hit in the air for like 6 damage. Alright, so our opponent will make their blocks, and there is nothing that we can do. We will die after this. And concede. I don't want to show them that we have Tideshaper Mystic. So we want Echoing Truth. Don't think we want Tidebinder Mage. Yeah, we want Kira Great Glass Spinner. Kopala might be fine. We'll see what we have to take out. I'm definitely going to take out Spell Pierce. I think that's it. That's all we do. We just bring in the Echoing Truths. We bring in the Kira. Everything else looks good. Like, I think our matchup should be like pretty fine. Like we've got good interaction. We have extra island walk, which is beautiful. I definitely think we would have won that game, if I didn't play that Mutavault turn 2, because I could have played this Tideshaper Mystic somewhere in between, and that would have played around Flicker Wisp. But the way I played it, nope, it didn't work. This hand looks great. Let's keep this. How can this hand lose? Hand is strong. Hand is strong. We have pretty quick aggro start. And we definitely want to get this Botanical Sanctum in play early, just in case that stupid Thalia, Heretic Cathar, comes down. Ruins our day. Non-basic lands come into play tapped. Huh. Huh. Botanical Sanctum, Tideshaper Mystic. So this is a pretty good model game for why Tideshaper Mystic is, you know, at least as good as Curse Catcher, if not better. Like, I'm 100% confident I would have won that first game if we did not play the Mutavault on turn 2, because Flicker Wisp had to get rid of our Island Walk. I'm going to... guess I'll start with Silvergill Adept. Actually, hold on, cancel. We don't need to show them anything. Nothing. Nothing. If our opponent Path to exile this Tideshaper Mystic, I think that will be pretty good for us. Be in good shape. Ooh, there's Collected Company, so all we need to do is either hit land drop 4 or land drop 5. Well, there's Thalia. And there's Kira. I think I want to get the Kira down. Let's get some protection, and then turn by turn we'll be attacking in the air. We'll be attacking on the ground with Tideshaper Mystic and Lord of Atlantis. That's the plan. Hey, I just realized Tideshaper Mystic can help us, because it's any color. It can turn... Whoa, what is going on? Do you guys see what I see? This Horizon Canopy? It's the missing no. It's the missing no of Horizon Canopies. Whoa, that is crazy! Pokemon Blue meets Magic the Gathering Online. How do you get the Mew? Well, that's an arrogant Thalia. Our opponent does not have Aether Vial. That makes a big difference. This deck is way more clunky without the Aether Vial. Yeah, there's Blade Splicer. It's fine. Don't really care. There's another Collected Company. It's useless without the mana. We probably will not even need the Collected Company mana here. Like, I'm just gonna... If we draw, like, one island, we'll just play Lord of Atlantis and attack for a ton between our other Lord of Atlantis and Mutavault. I think we're winning this race. Restoration Angel can slow us down. If Restoration Angel gets played, we can play Echoing Truth, bounce the Golem back to hand. All the golems can go back to hand. When is Flicker Wisp gonna flicker? The Blade Splicer. You still don't have lethal by next turn. What are you gonna do with colorless mana? Maybe Dismember? But I have a Cure out. So currently this is 3, 6, 9, 10, 12 power. Oh, but the Mutavault's still in play. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. So we have another Tideshaper Mystic. Oh my god, we're in trouble here. Mutavault has Island Walk because of our island. So what do we do? What do we do, people? What do we do? If I play Lord of Atlantis, we're gonna die. So I have to hold up Echoing Truth. So currently currently this is actually attacking for 3. I'm a little choked on mana. I really need to get this Mutavault online. Okay, if I play Lord of Atlantis, now there is 4, 10, 13 power in play that I have to block. I can block these things on the ground, but not very well. I need more mana. I need more mana. I need more mana to cast these Collected Companies. Love to bounce this thing with Echoing Truth, but it's not going to do anything. What do I do, people? What do I do? This card is great, but not doing enough for me. I could Tideshaper Mystic the Mutavault, cast Tideshaper Mystic. Well, how much can I attack for right now? I could attack for 6. My opponent's still attacking for 3, 6, 9, 12. And I can block this with Kira. And block this. Thalia with Lord of Atlantis. It's complicated. It's complicated. So complicated. Why so complicated? Another line is Echoing Truth the Golems. And then attack just with Silvergill. Adapt, hit for 3, go down to 9. And then still try to win next turn by drawing an island. Play island. Activate Mutavault. Lord of Atlantis and Silvergill Adept can win. I guess this is what I'm going to go for. Well, hold on, another line is... I don't know what else is another line. It all feels wrong. On top of that, I don't have guaranteed like Island Walk because Tectonic Edge can just blow up one of those lands. If I attack with Tideshaper Mystic, is that worth it? Just to get rid of the Flicker Wisp? I guess so. I'm not blocking with this thing. If Flicker Wisp wants to trade with Tideshaper Mystic, I guess that's fine. I have another Tideshaper Mystic. And Tectonic Edge is neutering my Tideshaper Mystic anyway. Thraben Inspector, Clue. Leon Arbiter, okay. Okay, ooh, I got my own ether vial. Which is not impressive right now. I do have a Kira that is impressive right now. So we'll play our Tide Shaper Mystic. We're at 11, taking still 3 Island Walk. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we're safe from dying. Yeah, I'll play the Ether Vial. Attack with Kira. Opponent goes down to 6 and is in range of dying to Lord of Atlantis, Tide Shaper Mystic. But our opponent has Tectonic Edge, so they can Tech Edge anything. We'll try to make them Tech Edge their own Mutavault. I think that would be ideal. I have a feeling our opponent doesn't know about this. I think they would be swinging in turn after turn after turn if they did know about this. Okay, so the deal is they don't have to Tectonic Edge the Mutavault unless we attack. That's the deal here. Oh no! Wait a minute. We can hit the planes. You can't Tectonic Edge that at all. Oh yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll hit the planes. You need a Ghost Quarter for that. So we'll turn the planes into an island. And then the plan is to play the Lord of Atlantis. Okay, they saw enough. They didn't even see our Lord of Atlantis. We didn't even have lethal. Well, I guess we had lethal with the Mutavault. But they saw enough. They saw enough. Alright, so that works so well, we're going to run that back in the next game. And I don't want any of these cards anyway. Kopala cannot prevent Flicker Wisp effects. This hand is underwhelming, but I'm going to keep it. Well, that's not good news. Oh, but that is good news. Best one drop I could ask for. We saw the power of Tide Shaper Mystic last game, people. We saw the power of Tide Shaper Mystic. People used to laugh at Tide Shaper Mystic because Curse Catcher's just better. Curse Catcher. Lord City. We might actually steamroll the hell out of our opponent. Actually, do you want a line I didn't think about was they play Thraben Inspector. Oh, I guess it wouldn't matter. Well, maybe it does. Them playing Thraben Inspector, then they Ghost Quarter their own Tectonic Edge to get a Plains to play Path to Exile on our Lord of Atlantis. There's the missing number, Horizon Canopy. Do you guys see what I see? I gotta see if this looks like what I think it looks like in post-production. Well, you're late. I actually don't think I'm going to play this Ether Vial. It's just late. Play it next turn. I'm fine getting the beats on right now. Now, if they put the Ether Vial to 3, that's still concerning, because that still can mean Flicker Wisp. And Flicker Wisp can still blink things like Ghost Quarter. Alright, as usual, our opponent is playing a very aggressive Thalia. Oh, that's pretty good. So we got Merfolk Trickster, which means I don't even care about Flicker Wisp, but all I'm going to do is just tap the Flicker Wisp. Yeah, I'm just going to get in for all this. Or if it's even the Golem, I will tap the Golem. Wow, taking it right on the chin like a champ. Like a champ. Next turn we play 2 Lord of Atlantises. I think our opponent is in deep crap. Oh, if they play Aetherval to 4, they're dead. I'm just gonna... Well, okay, maybe not. I'm gonna Tideshaper Mystic the Ghost Quarter. And they can just sack it on something, anything. There's another Tideshaper Mystic. They don't even defend themselves, people. They don't even defend themselves. It's over. Okay, they saw enough. Tideshaper Mystic, people. And that's the manabase.com Get Dunked On instant replay. What am I telling you? Curse Catcher was a great card for so long, but we're seeing a shift in Modern where we can see things like Tideshaper Mystic like come to glory. I think we needed it last... where'd my game go? I think we needed it last game. Like, I think we needed it really badly in game 1 and 2. Maybe not so much this game. I'm not sure. Like, look at all these big creatures that we have. This is ridiculous. Maybe a Curse Catcher would have been fine, but not sure. If they have Restoration Angel, which they're strongly representing, they'll put a bunch of first strike creatures down, and then that can eat up a lot of our stuff. Well, anyway, so Tideshaper is the real deal. Tideshaper is changing the tide. So we got Tideshaper. Tideshaper is extra versions of Spreading Seas, which we really need right now. Tideshaper. This is not it. Tideshaper. And there's a lot of matchups where we want more Spreading Seas effects. Tideshaper shapes tides. It's shaping the tide of Modern, that's for sure. It's a pretty nice addition to the Coco Folk deck. Well, I'm not sure. We'll have to see how badly this deck loses to combo. Because I still think Curse Catcher is good in this deck as well. But it's just a much nicer fit, Tideshaper Mystic in Coco Folk, because we can get it with Collected Company. If only we could cast it. We haven't seen a Collected Company yet, have we? So, that is our game for today. We're gonna thank all my patrons supporting me on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support. And we're gonna thank our sponsor, the manabase.com. This has been Nikachu playing Coco Folk in Modern.